So before we could begin today's project, we needed to clean out our Xtool P2 laser because it's kind of filthy, as y'all can see. I had to pull out everything to get this cleaned up so that our fabric that we will be using today will stay nice and pristine. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm Patrice, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of embroidery. We will be using this sequin for applique. And I'm absolutely loving the outcome of using the sequin fabric with applique. But what I love most is that one of y'all told me about cutting the sequin fabric with my laser. Cutting sequin fabric can be super duper messy. And I showed it recently during a live. Someone left a comment about them using their laser to cut the sequin fabric for the applique. And I had to try it out, and it worked beautifully. So we're going to be using our Xtool P2 to get this done, and our Ricoma Marquee 2001 embroidery machine to stitch down this sequin fabric. Let's get started, y'all. So to begin our project, we're going to be pressing some heat and bond on our sequin fabric. So this fabric came from Amazon, and it's very, very pretty, but as you can see, it's kind of sheer. It is on a mesh type of material. However, we can press this onto the heat and bond so that we can have a nice adhesive on the back of the fabric. Now, one part of the heat and bond is kind of papery, and the other part of the heat and bond is the adhesive. You want to make sure that the back of your material is on the exposed adhesive. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's on the back of the exposed adhesive. You don't want it on the part where it is the paper, where it has the printed words on it. Okay, because we will be gluing this. So back of the fabric to the adhesive, and that part feels a little rough, feels a little rocky. All right, so there are instructions on your time and temp that you should be pressing this at. You don't have to press it for long. I'm pressing this at about 230 degrees for about 10 seconds. It really does not take that long. You just really need to tack it on and make sure that it's nice and adhered to the fabric. So now that we're done with that, we're going to let it cool off just a little bit. And I did place a piece of parchment paper at the bottom and on top because I never want to get that glue stuck to my heat press. So I would just do that just to be safe, just to be cautious. All right, so now we're going to get ready and peel off that adhesive, the backing. Well, we're not peeling off the adhesive, we're going to be peeling off the backing of the heat and bond from the actual fabric, because I was doing all that work, and yeah, it cooled off while I was doing all of that. So this peeled off very nice and easily. As you guys can see, I did peel off some of that extra adhesive that was along the border of the fabric, but I'm just going to peel that away. Now we're ready to head over to our Xtool P2, and we're just going to place this right on those slats, and I'm just straightening it up because the file is a pretty straight file, and I want to make sure that I have this aligned correctly inside of the machine. All right, so everything looks good. I'm not putting anything underneath like a mat or anything. I'm just literally placing that fabric on top of the slats. Now you may feel more comfortable putting something underneath, but this is what I usually do. All right, so we went ahead and imported the file into the Xtool Studio, and that looks pretty good. I know we can't really see it right now, but we do need to adjust the settings. You don't want to adjust anything with this file as far as the size is concerned. This size should be based on whatever applique project you're going to be using. That's what it needs to be based on. You may have to create your own cut file. However, it needs to be exactly what you need. All right, so we're going to change this to the cut file or cut setting, and we're going to increase the power to 20 and the speed to 40. I found that these settings work really well for me when using the sequin fabric or just regular cotton fabric. It works really, really well for me. So a power of 20 and a speed of 40. And I'm just going to just kind of autofocus it, and we're just going to do a quick measure just to see, you know, just how thick this fabric is. It's not really thick, but I let the system do a quick measure. All right, so we're ready to start. And as you see, this isn't even going to take a full minute to cut this out. It's super duper quick and easy to get this done. All right, let's head back over to the machine, and we will then check and see how this is going to cut out our fabric. All right, so that machine is going, and it's cutting it out beautifully. Of course, I stood there and watched it. I do recommend watching material as it's cutting until you get more familiar with it, and even when you get familiar with it, you still sometimes need to watch it. You don't want to be too far away from that machine. I always like to stay in the same room as the machine as it's cutting, as it's on, because I don't want anything to catch on fire. That's another reason why I made sure to clean out the machine, because with it having so much debris from my last project in there, that could also cause a fire. All right, and this material is very thin, so I did not want that laser beaming on anything that it didn't need to beam on. All right, so this is actually looking really good. Y'all see those cut lines? I'm very, very excited about this. All right, it's all done. It only took a minute, and let's see just how it cut out. All right, so it looks really good. I can tell that it cut out really good. I'm going to bring y'all closer because y'all need to see just how this is going to look. Look. So some of the parts, like everything cut really nicely, but there were a few pieces that I just had to kind of like pull, not even a lot, just a little bit, because I guess where the sequin was. But y'all, this cut out perfectly. Everything looks good. Those cut lines look nice and clean. I'm very happy with it. And we have that adhesive on the back. There was one part, I think maybe I had another piece of adhesive from that heat and bond that was just there and I didn't cut it away. But everything, look, it's lifting up so nice and smoothly. I love how this came out. I may have to test out some other sequin fabric. All right, guys, so I just want to show you the clean cut made with this laser with that sequin fabric. Maybe 3 little specks of that sequin on the bed of the laser. Y'all, cutting sequin is very messy. So just because of that, I'm going to use this laser to cut this sequin fabric. All right, so now we're ready to hoop our machine because we're ready. We got our fabric cut out, and I am using, for this particular project, this is the 13 by 8 mighty hoop. I absolutely love the mighty hoops. I think that is the way to go. And I always like to check underneath my shirt or hoodie or whatever I'm using, just to make sure that nothing is in the way, that I'm not going to stitch it together. Okay, that's important. All right, so now with the machine, I love the panel on this particular machine. It is their updated panel. I'm just putting the file on or importing the file from a USB on there, but you can also send files wirelessly to your machine as well. Here is the file that we're going to be using. It is an older file that I've had before. I think it may be about 1 or 2 years old, probably 2 years old. We're just going to upload it, and I am going to select the colors. Now, this is an applique, so you want to make sure that whatever machine you're using, if you're using a multi-needle, that it's on automatic manual, because you will need to stop and do the placement stick, tack down stitch, and all that stuff. So you want to make sure that it's on automatic manual. But I'm just going to go ahead and select the colors so that we can get started. All right, everything is set. Now it is time for us to begin our project. So the first thing that I need to do is just trace the area, just to make sure that the design is within the hoop and that I'm not going to hit that hoop. So tracing, I feel, is super important when completing any type of embroidery job, right? So everything is looking good. I actually love the placement. So we can get ready and begin the very first stitch. Now, the first stitch that we're going to do is going to be the placement stitch. And this stitch is just a basic run stitch, and it's going to give us an idea, or tell us exactly, not even an idea, exactly where we need to place the fabric. This is very important when you're working with applique and working with fabric, just so that you can make sure that you place everything correctly. You really don't want any fabric like not aligned with the placement stitch. All right, so once this is done, now it's time for us to grab that fabric that our CO2 laser cut for us, and I'm just grabbing some of this temporary adhesive and placing it on, like just spreading it a little bit on the garment, so that I can make sure that that fabric, those little fabric pieces, stay in place, because you don't want it to shift or move while it's stitching out. Now, one way you could maybe, you know, stop after each letter and then place it. But I'm just going to go ahead and put them all down using this adhesive stick. It isn't a temporary adhesive stick, and when it's washed, it will wash away, so you don't have to worry about any color or anything like that staying on your garment. All right, so I'm just making sure everything is in place, and it does look like it's in place, but I'm still going to monitor it because I don't want it to shift at all. Right, so I grabbed my chopstick, and I'm just using that chopstick just to make sure that fabric stays down and it doesn't shift as it's moving, because that's a lot of movement. Right, so this is the tack down stitch, and this stitch is just tacking down that material to make sure that it stays in place for when it gets ready to do the satin stitch. All right, so that looks good, and I'm happy with how everything looks, y'all. This looks so good. I mean, I can even skip the satin stitch, but I'm not. But I could totally skip the satin stitch because this looks so good. Now, one thing when working with sequin fabric, a lot of times you have to worry about like thread breaks or needle breaks or things like that. I can tell you that during this process, I didn't have any needle breaks with this material, and I think because the material is kind of thin and it's not really, you get it sequin, but it's not overly sequined. I know that doesn't make sense, but you still get a nice sequin look to it. So I didn't have any needle breaks. I did have about 2 or 3 thread breaks, but it was fine, nothing major. So as y'all see, I'm cleaning up some of those little sequin shards that occurred because of the stitching and everything. It's fine. Just hopefully you will have a mini vacuum that you could do the same thing with it. If not, it'll be fine. But I do like to clean off the area because I don't really want that needle hitting any of those pieces of sequin unnecessarily. And now we're just going to go ahead and stitch this out. This is the satin stitch, and it's going to go around all of the letters. Alright guys, we're all done, and this looks so good. It looks way better than I even expected, and I'm definitely going to be using my laser for all of my sequin fabric. It's beautiful. Alright y'all, we're all done with our sweatshirt or our hoodie, and y'all, this looks really good. I love how this came out. This sequin looks really good. It gives me a lot of bling, like a lot of glitz and glamour, and I absolutely love how this came out. Incorporating the laser is something that I'm probably going to continue to do when cutting the sequin, because the sequin can be very messy. But if you notice in the laser, it did not leave a lot of mess inside of the laser, and I think it just kind of cinches those edges, so you don't have to really worry about that with using the laser. So I will be using the laser more to cut this instead of just, you know, using my scissors. But I love how this came out. Always remember, when using different materials inside of your laser, you want to make sure that they are laser safe, okay? And always definitely make sure you just watch it if you're testing some things out. But you don't want to use any vinyl sequin in your laser. All right, but I love how this came out. It looks super cute. Thanks to whoever said under my comments or suggested using the laser to cut out the sequin fabric. I appreciate that, because now that's what I'm totally going to do. I'm totally going to do that. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, make sure to head over to Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok and join the Craftable Things communities there as well. We would love to have you. But that's it for today, y'all. Thank you all so very much for watching. Until next time.